Good evening to our friends and family. Hit that like, give us a comment, hit that subscribe button. Here we go.
Let's go! This ain't the Fox night, or this game can heat stink!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
What is going on, everybody? We made it through another week of putrid Eagles football. There was some positives, but there sure was hell a lot of negatives coming from week 4.
Yep.
Before we start anything tonight, just remember, brought to you by Manscaped. Get 20% off your free shipping with the promo code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. All of their products are spot on. You got the ball wipes, you got the lawnmower, you got the ball deodorant, you got everything. You got the freaking weed whacker. Go to manscaped.com and use that promo code A2D, and we will give you 20% off with the free shipping. And let's just get right into it tonight. There's a lot to blame. I do sense a lot of optimism coming from yesterday's game. But yet again, you let another home game slip away from you. And there's plenty of blame to go around. I think the easiest tract of blame would be to go for the defense. That does lead us into the poll for today. The poll for today is brought to you by Body Check Wellness. Body Check Wellness is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use that promo code A2D. You get 25% off your order. The poll for tonight is the Eagles defense was mostly to blame for the loss against the Chiefs. Agree or disagree? Obviously, the easy route is to say to agree to this poll, but there's two other huge factors that I contribute to the loss. Now, there's no doubt about it. The Eagles defense couldn't stop a running faucet yesterday. This Eagles defense is probably one of the worst Philadelphia Eagles defenses I have seen in my entire life. And this is going back to 3-13 last season with Andy Reid. Talking about some of the Chip Kelly days, because during the Chip Kelly days, you had early Fletcher Cox, early on Brandon Graham. You had guys that can play. Yeah, you had Bradley Fletcher, you had Barry Williams. But these guys are absolutely horrible. And this is what it leads me to.
Yep.
As an offensive player, as an offense where the offense is the strength of your team, Jalen Hurts, you're going to put up numbers all you want. Put up numbers and put up touchdowns. Don't put up field goals. Put up touchdowns. That's what we want, because you're not going to win a field goal battle against the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what you have in your defense. And this, of course, all starts with Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. Jeffrey Lurie sticking his nose into everything. I mean, our coach, Nick Sirianni, answered it last week during one of the press conferences. The question was, how often do you have a weekly meeting with Jeffrey Lurie? If so, what goes on? Nick says, oh, he comes to every practice. He's standing right next to me. Now, I know he's not doing it for the majority of the practice, but it's just disgusting to me how much this owner, who has no business talking football, being a part of any football operations, has anything to do with what's going on the practice field.
100%.
It baffles me.
Yep.
Baffles me.
Yep.
So that's why I'm going to disagree to this poll. It starts with up top, and it is also your offense. Jalen Hurts, you make incredible plays. You really do, my guy. You put up a shit ton of stats, which, fine, stats are stats. At the end of the day, your record's 2-6 as a starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. You are the strength of this offense, dude. I need you to make that throw to Greg Ward. Yeah, it hit both of his hands. But Greg Ward is 5'0", full extension. Put it into his body, Jalen. And the overthrow to Ertz in the touchdown, or in the first quarter. If you have 7 instead of 3 going into that drive, it makes a huge difference. And shooting yourself in the foot, time in and time out, that starts with coaching. So that's why I'm going to disagree to the poll. Yeah, we already know that the defense sucks.
Yep.
But everybody knows that.
Yeah. I agree, actually, 100%, because Eagles, they couldn't stop anybody. I mean, rightfully so. Tyreek Hill is probably one of the best wide receivers in the league. But you have to have a play where you can – they did make a play. Wilson, the linebacker, made a play, and it kind of made him get back into the game a little bit. But I just think the blame should be not fully all around, more on the defense, obviously, because they gave up 40 points for the second straight week, which is just not good at all. I don't care who you play. I just don't feel like you should be giving up that many touchdowns. But yeah, it really does all start. It all starts with the guys up top, like people getting too involved in Sirianni's decision making. I feel like in some ways it is holding him back because Jeffrey Lurie wants this Eagles team to be a pass defense or pass offense rather, and I guess people just don't like the run, which is why we abandoned it 2 weeks in a row, which is partly of why we lost both games.
We didn't abandon it last weekend. We didn't even start last weekend.
Yeah,
it was non-existent. You can't abandon something if you never pick it up. It's like saying you're abandoning a dog at a shelter. If you don't pick it up, you can't abandon it. That's what happened with the run game last week.
Yeah. And that's a part of the reason why we lost these last 2 games. Now when I see like how the Falcons have played after we blew them out that 1 week, it really has to do with our run offense because we implemented it the whole game, and that was just a really well coached game, which is why every single Eagles fan was hyped because they saw that. They saw like the choices he made going into halftime, seeing what he changed up. And what happened? He came out and he scored 20-plus points. So they just got to do that, but it all starts up top.
Yeah. And let's not get it twisted. Jalen had a great game. He really he had a great game. I apologize for some of the comments I made last week about him. But at the end of the day, he's still doing the stuff that makes people like me, that makes a lot of people in this city doubt him as an NFL quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You and I were texting about it today. It shouldn't take you with 6 minutes left in the second quarter of week 4 for us to finally see you stick in the pocket, look through your reads, and then go to your check down. Because that's how long it took. It took 4 weeks for Jalen Hurts to stick in the pocket, go through all of his progressions, and realize that he needs to throw it to his check down. And his check down was to the left of the field, so he had to turn his body.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw him do that in 8 games of Jalen Hurts football.
That was on the 4th down, right? That was, I think, 11 to Watkins.
No, it was Kenny Gainwell, yeah.
Yeah,
it was the Kenny Gainwell. Yep. It shouldn't take you that long. I don't care if it's your rookie season. I don't care if it's your second season. I don't care if we're going to give you the full year to develop. An NFL quarterback should feel that right away.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Like he needs – obviously he's young and needs to still have a few more games under his belt. But if we don't see progression with that, I think that's going to be a little bit of a concern because it took – last week it was the red zone. We were in the red zone a few times. And we just couldn't get in the end zone. And there was one, I think, last week as well. Not the Chiefs game, but the game before against Cowboys. Like they were in the red zone for like 8 plays and they couldn't get it done. I don't know if that has to do with Sirianni's game plan, but it also has to do with Hurts not finding a second option, not looking, scanning the field. You can't look at your receiver the whole time, the same receiver. They can see eyes, they can see where you're trying to throw to before you even throw it.
And Evan, that was the problem when we get down to the red zone. All of the Jalen Hurts defenders, his legal team, they get confused when we go down to the red zone. And you were acting like one of those guys today when we were texting. They get confused because we're kicking field goals instead of scoring touchdowns. Mm-hmm. You want to know why that happens? It's because he locks eyes and stares into the soul of his primary target on that one play. Nick Sirianni his hand is being forced to run a college offense. That's not Sirianni's fault. That's Sirianni trying to adjust to what his quarterback is giving him. Now, yes, stats. Oh, where is it? CPA. Nobody cares about the stats. Nobody cares that he's putting up more yards than Dak. We're 1-3, dude. Get your head out of your ass. Because if you own a quarterback that throws 350 yards every day and he'll give you 2 or 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, but at the end of the day, you lose the game because you can't score in the freaking red zone, then be an NFL fantasy football fan. Don't be an NFL fan. Don't be an Eagles fan. Be a fan of the stats. Be one of the nerds that builds the team like that ruined our team. That ruined all of our teams, basically. Like, that is why we struggle in the red zone. And I'm going to try so hard to not turn this into a Jalen Hurts bash show. But I don't want to just hear today that everybody's just going to agree to the poll. Everybody's just going to say, oh, yeah, if the defense doesn't allow 40 points, then we'll win the game. Oh, if those 2 penalties got overturned, that's 14 points. We win 46-42 or whatever the hell the score would have been. I'm not no mathematician. But I don't want to hear that today because you know what the defense gives you. You can't throw away touchdowns. You can't have a field goal battle against Patrick freaking Mahomes. You can't.
Yep. No. Nope. Especially when their defense outplayed our defense the way they did, not being a top defense in the NFL. Which is we thought what the Eagles were going to be. They couldn't stop the run game against Clyde. Like, he's not that great. Our defensive line is just I thought they were better than that, but apparently not. Because I think Hargrave just went he went crazy the first 2 games, and he absolutely just fucking disappeared. It was I don't know what happened. And you're paying that guy top money to be what he's doing, and Josh Sweat. I don't know what's going on with him. I think he had the 1 sack. But yeah, man, I saw somebody say trade Fletcher Cox. I have not seen anything. I know he is getting double teamed, this and that, but I don't think he has one sack this year.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything from him.
I think it's something deeper than this. We could talk about Fletcher later on in the show, but we got to I mean, Will and Mr. Wing already, dude. Like, let me premise this by saying that Jalen Hurts had a B-rated game yesterday. He did. He had a above average game. But from what all of us were being told by the legal team of Jalen Hurts throughout the offseason, we win a game like this. We win the game against the 49ers. We put up a freaking fight against the Cowboys at least, right?
Yeah.
It's just the little things that he's not improving on. We're allowed to be freaking critical of it, dude. We're allowed to be, Will.
Yep.
And it's been on Nick. It's been on the play calling. It's been on no runs. What happened when you run the ball yesterday with Miles? He's not getting anywhere. He dances. I'm done with the Miles Sanders experiment.
Yeah.
I think it's time to become a committee.
I'm seeing a lot better things from Gainwell than I am from seeing.
Yeah, because he runs the ball. He sees the hole when he goes.
And he can catch.
And he can catch the ball. And he can run a route. Something that Miles never really did.
Nope.
I forget who said it, but if you have 19 carries for 3 yards, but then that last carry is 85 yards, are you going to take that? I don't want that as a running back.
No.
And not even 3 yards. 1 yard, 2 yard, minus 3 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know you told me not to say this, but the offensive line was putrid yesterday, in my opinion. Other people might think they did great. But if you think about it, this offensive line is no different from the one last year. And that's more on the running game. And the Eagles didn't use the run game a lot last year too. So
Evan, now we don't even watch the games. Now we don't even watch the games. Well, I'm watching the fucking games, dude. I'm watching our quarterback miss Zach Ertz wide open in the end zone. And 15 feet over his head, by the way. If you score that touchdown, you're up 7-0, as opposed to 3-0 against one of the best teams in the league. If you throw that ball to Greg Ward, the dude that's 5'3", and he has to go fully extend it, it hit both his hands. Shut up. Make that throw. Why are we not allowed to be critical of a guy that can't score in the fucking red zone? I don't understand. If you're okay with the quarterback going 2-6, then fine. Let's just give everybody fucking handies.
Yep.
For putting up 350 yards. Now I don't watch the games. All right,
Yep.
Will. All right. Molly. Yeah, they need to start becoming more committed to the run. But when your your defense continues to just let touchdown after touchdown after touchdown go, and your passing game is going actually well, like it was yesterday, like every single play is catered to Jalen Hurts. If we don't see that, if you don't see that, I question whether you guys are watching the game, because every single time the ball was coming out within a second. The ball was coming out within a second and a half. Because there was motion. There was crossing routes. There was, Jalen, get the ball. Right when you get the ball, Goddard's going to be on the right side, wide open. Get it to him. There's no need to look for your second progression. And that's all it was the first half. But what happens when the field shrinks? What happens when you get to the 15-yard line? There's not as much space for that to happen. So then Sirianni becomes baffled. Hurts, make a play past your first read, bud. Yep. Make a play not catered directly for you.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's been tough because...
How are we haters? I don't understand how we're haters. How am I a hater? I don't understand. Go ahead, Evan.
Nah, man. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. People are still stuck on a...
Well, Will thinks he's Tom Brady now.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we had the wide receivers Tom Brady had, and the offensive line and the defense.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
But we don't.
And Bill Belichick as a coach for 20 years. And then he goes to Bruce Arians, who is another damn good coach in this league.
Yep. Yeah, but we got some haters, man. We got some haters. It's all right, though.
The scheme worked yesterday. They were driving to the red zone consistently, which they should have because they were at home and they're going against a horrible Chiefs defense. But the scheme
I think he's talking about the Eagles' defensive scheme rather than the offense. If it's that case, then obviously. Because Gannon, we're going to get to that a little later, but Gannon is one of my Week 4 losers. So he's the Week 3 and Week 4 loser.
Where's the passion when I think Nick Sirianni is doing as much as he possibly can with a college quarterback right now.
Mm-hmm.
With a makeshift offensive line every week, with young receivers, and then he's forced to have to put up points possession in and possession out because his defense is awful. Like my passion really comes out when I talk about Howie and Jeffrey.
Yep.
I premised the show to say that our defense couldn't fucking stop a running faucet.
Yep.
I'm just trying to get into the little bit of the details which could have won us this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The one area where I could blame Nick Sirianni so far is the discipline that this team does not have.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Most penalties in the NFL right now?
They're on pace to break an NFL record.
That's bad.
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah, the people blaming this on Greg Ward, you're officially on Jalen Hurts' legal team. The dude is a ex-college quarterback that's, what is he, 5'6"? Like, I'm being honest. Is 5'6", 5'8"?
5'8", 5'9".
And the dude is off of his feet completely, fully extended. And the ball hits his fingertips.
Yep.
Like, why?
Yep.
Why are you defending that throw? Because you have an agenda. We don't have an agenda. We're just being fucking critical.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? If Jalen Hurts is this quarterback, we could spend 3 fucking top 10 picks next year. Maybe if the Colts do better or the Dolphins do better. Regardless, we have 3 first-round picks next year to build the defense. So I want Jalen Hurts to do well. Yep. I think he had a game where the grade is a B.
Mm-hmm.
But those little plays have to be talked about because if those plays are made, then we possibly win a shootout against Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
You knew the defense was going to do that yesterday.
Yep.
So what the fuck is the hating all about? I'm not hating on nobody. Evan,
we're just seeing it how it is. We're really just seeing it how it is, and not a lot of people want to see that because they don't like critiquing the new guy, the young guy. Come on.
Just listen to the captain of the ship, guys. Just listen to the captain of the ship. Future general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Tom Arnone himself, no notes.
Yep.
That was not on Greg Ward. Unless you
and I was
Greg
watching
Ward
his reaction when Tom was
yeah.
He was he was mad, which hell yeah, rightfully so. That should have been hitting him right in the numbers, right in the middle.
Yep.
I think he's scared to throw an interception. I think he's honestly scared to throw an interception, which is why he won't look past his first read.
What I say about the comparison? What did I do the comparison of?
Tim Tebow.
Well, I still think him and Tim Tebow are very similar quarterbacks, but I'm talking about a guy that is also in this town currently right now. Afraid to fuck up. Yep.
Ben.
Yep.
And Simmons.
You had one guy who was a gunslinger a year ago that didn't give a fuck what he did, and that hurt us a lot. But at least he tried. At least he tried to make the effort. This guy doesn't throw into tight windows at all.
Yeah.
This guy expects his first guy to be open, and if he isn't open, he's either going to dash or he's going to run around that pocket and freaking doing 360.
Wait till somebody is. Yep.
And then he'll throw the ball out. He'll throw the ball out of bounds. It's fine. It's fine. Call me a hater all you want. I don't care. Yeah, Will. I apologize for saying that Eric Wilson was going to be a player because all of his tackles, all the 110 tackles that he made last year, it was probably 6 yards past the line of scrimmage because he does not know how to fill an A gap.
No.
And then Alex Singleton,
what happened to him?
I don't know what happened to Alex Singleton, but those two guys.
I mean, obviously he's going to be bad when he's trying to guard the people he's guarding. Like there was a lot of miscues and mismatches on that game yesterday, especially last week as well. I just don't think like our secondary is ever on the same page because I'm always seeing Harris point this way and that way and then go and fucking forget there's a fucking play happening and then not guard his guy. Nelson, who people in A2D, the group chat had been defending, he got fucking daddy. He was literally
nobody on this defense.
He got sunned. He got sunned. Slay, who came out saying, "Oh, well, there's only been 2 guys who ever put 100 on my head." Yo, Slay made the playoffs. How many times have you made the playoffs, Slay? How many times? And the one time you were in the playoffs, you got 100 put on you. So nobody cares about regular season games.
Yeah.
Do that in a playoff. Get an interception in a playoff game, not in the last week against the Cowboys when it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, Slay's not built for the city. And all the people that are defending this Eagles team right now, whether it's Hurts, whether it's Slay, whether it's really anybody. But like the only guys that are worth defending are Devontae Smith. The makeshift offensive line yesterday, that was a good spot. That was a bright spot. And that actually they're going to be probably my winners for the week. But those guys, like everybody defending these guys, I don't understand where you're coming from. This team has showed absolutely nothing over the past year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And people continue to defend them. Like it's okay to be critical of your team.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's hating, then you're a soft bitch.
Yeah.
That's all I got. You're a soft bitch. If you think that hating is being critical of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you give a guy credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people on this station do.
Yeah.
There's no agenda on this station.
No.
Absolutely none. Yeah, guys have some personal beefs with some players. I have personal beef with Howie Roden. Maybe that may drive me to think that I have an agenda. But I'm just saying it for what it is.
Yep.
You knew what the defense was going to give you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you got to rely on your quarterback to make plays inside the red zone when your offense is running fluid like that throughout the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
You had 9 points on the board that easily could have been 21.
Yep.
Taylor,
sure.
you guys, we appreciate it, Taylor. If
Sure.
you feel as generous enough to drop a super chat, if you feel generous enough to drop a super chat to go against all these haters right now,
No, I
just
feel
drop
like only Taylor's the only one that's feeling a little generous right now.
Do you guys think it was a mistake once they fired Peterson, and then do you guys think it was a mistake once they fired Peterson and decided to keep Roseman? I think it is a very huge mistake that Howie Roseman's still this general manager, but I also think Doug has had his flaws. I think Doug was a horrible X and O's coach. I think Doug was a horrible play caller. I think Doug was a horrible game planner. And
honestly, he was a risk taker that 70% of the time I'd say made it, and that's why they thought he was a good play caller with a pretty good offense when he had in 2017 the Super Bowl year. You know, like a lot of people just want to say he's that great of a coach just because they won the Super Bowl that one year.
Yeah.
So I don't. People tend to overrate the coach a lot.
I think once everybody from that Super Bowl roster left, he's and his coaching staff is awful, filled with a bunch of nerds.
Oh yeah.
But I think it was just time to part ways with both of them. But we still have the nerd. I much rather would have kept Peterson over Roseman, if that's the question. But I think getting rid of both of them would have been best.
Yeah.
I just saw a comment that was just ridiculous. Bird Gang 31. You want to talk about an agenda? This quarterback is 2-6. 2-6. He let the worst defense of all time last year. We probably have the worst defense now of all time, but the worst defense of all time in history. He put up 3 points in 3 quarters against them.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Hurts does. He shows up one game, more film gets put on him, and then the next 2 he shits the bed.
Yeah. Yep.
First 8 games. Carson had a better first 8 games.
Before people call Hurts legit, before people call Hurts legit, they really need to see what he's done, what his record is. Like I know that our defense wasn't that great last season. He got benched against the Redskins and all that, but 2-6 is 2-6. I don't care how you put it, you lost. And I don't have any sort of agenda. I defend Hurts sometimes, and sometimes I don't defend Hurts.
You were defending
it's hard to defend. It's hard to defend a quarterback that can't get a double read in the red zone and score. Like there's nothing more to it. I think a bunch of people who are calling us haters are soft as fuck because they're scared to make. They're not trying to run him out of Philly. You know, like they don't want to critique him because he's the young guy and like the unexperienced guy, but in 2 games, like we saw better things from Hurts this game than last game, but still the same issues. Of course, we're going to nitpick like we have to. Like this is what we do.
Look what he works with. They put everything in front of this guy. They have 2 legit offensive lines in front of him. You clearly saw that yesterday. You have Miles Sanders, who you probably said he's a top 10 backbird gang because you're probably one of those Eagles fans. And then you drafted another running back in Kenny Gainwell, who's better than that top 10 running back. And then you have 2 legit tight ends. Oh, yeah. And then you spend a top 10 pick on the freaking Heisman. What are you saying right now? Get a clue. Get a freaking clue, dude. What he has to work with. He has to work with 2 first-round wide receivers in the past 2 years. Quez Watkins is pretty good. Dallas Goedert's pretty good. Zach Ertz is pretty good. You have 9 legit offensive linemen now.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you saying right now, my guy? Like, what are you saying? What he has to work with? How about you put up a fucking touchdown in the red zone? And then I won't be critical of you, dude. Yep. You know you was going to be a shootout. Put up touchdowns.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Pete, where are you? Pete, where are you? Pete. Pete. My guys, what up? If there was a Trevor Lawrence-esque QB in the 2022 draft, majority of this fan base would view Jalen differently. Yeah, Pete.
100%.
And I don't get me wrong. I think Jalen Hurts is better than Kellen Mond or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
But that top 40 list, it becomes more true and true every single week.
Mm-hmm.
Is Taylor Heineke better than Jalen Hurts? Yes. Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts, are they the same quarterback? Yes. But
Taylor
if you want me to put out a hot take, I'll put it out right now.
Taylor Heineke, what?
Taylor Heineke is playing better than Jalen Hurts in his first 8 games as a starter, or whatever it is. Because guess what? He's winning football games. Everybody's saying that. Everybody
he has a defense that bails him out.
A defense that bails him out. How many times are they going to allow 30 points this season?
I mean, more last season than this season, but
he played 1 game last season against Tom Brady, the GOAT, and he almost won.
And how many did they score? Did the Patriots score that game? It was less than 20.
The Buccaneers? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. But the Washington defense right now, like I predicted in the beginning of the season, they're starting to choke a little bit because they're giving up 30 points game after game after game. They just let the Atlanta Falcons score 28 on them. What did the Eagles defense just do to the Atlanta Falcons? Yeah, okay. Mr. Wing, listen, I love you, Mr. Wing. You're probably one of my favorite guys on the Jalen Hurts legal team, but you got to get some of your boys. Like, Mr. Wing, I know that you understand that Jalen Hurts has a lot to work on before he can be an NFL quarterback in this league. Like, everybody that questions whether we watch the games, I question whether you guys watch the games, because a lot of you guys say, oh, look at what's around him. Look at what's around him. I just pointed out what's around him. And then everybody says, oh, look at his stats. Look at his stats. Dude had 335 passing yards last week, and it was one of the worst games I've ever watched a quarterback play a game.
Yep.
Eagle champ, you need to get a fucking clue, dude. Because all you're doing is fucking trolling right now. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, he's talking himself in the.
Yeah, Don. What the fuck is
going on? And Don, look, everybody look. See, I bet you Don talks. I bet he critiques the fuck out of his team like he should every week. He's just, the Eagles are on the same level as the Lions right now, and that's no disrespect to Don, but they really are. And really, like, you're allowed to be critiquing any player on the team that's not performing the way they should. I don't get why people wouldn't be mad about Hurts not being able to complete a pass in the red zone. Like, they ran it. They ran it on 3rd down. They had to get, I think, 7 yards from Gainwell for that touchdown he had. So,
yeah. Okay.
Bro, get this guy Eagle champ out of here. This guy's a clown.
Hey, Jimmy, Tommy taught you well. LOL. Yeah. Get
this guy out of here.
Per game. How many of your comments do you want me to put up? I just put up 2 in a row. Like legitimately point out what one you want me to put up, and I'll prove you wrong. Like, let's do it. Like, you guys are becoming as bad as Cowboy fans. Like I'm liking Molly Mall more and more every single day.
Yeah.
As opposed to Jalen Hurts' legal team.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's getting harder and harder and harder to continue to critique one of our players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to talk about accomplishments, okay. All right, good. But if you don't count winning as an accomplishment, I think you need to get a clue.
Exactly. Right? Yep. Bro.
Benny, I don't see where I lose you. Oh, was it about Taylor Heineke and Daniel Jones? I mean, if you want to look at the records, but like I'm looking, I don't know. There's just no winning against these guys.
Nah, not at all.
Jalen Hurts is a little bit better than Tim Tebow as a quarterback. Can he improve? Yeah, he can improve. No doubt about it. That's why he gets the full season to see what happens. Because obviously they're going to throw the season away. They already threw 2 wins away. So obviously this is going to center all around Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
They built the
And,
roster around
and Dallas is looking a lot better than we are. So
yeah, this is all about Jalen Hurts this season, and we're allowed to be critical of him because we're going to have 3 first-round picks, and if we had to use one on a quarterback, we better.
Yep.
And then you got to use the other 2 on the defense side of the ball.
Yep.
Records are a team win. Mr. Wing, your quarterback single-handedly lost you the game last week. Your quarterback didn't lose you the game yesterday, but he damn sure could have won it for you. That's what makes a good quarterback into a great quarterback. That's what makes an above-average quarterback into an elite quarterback. So if we want to argue over semantics, if we want to argue over whether Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, he could be a good quarterback all he wants. But I want him to win football games. When has Jalen Hurts won you a football game? Because he didn't win you a football game in Atlanta.
Nope.
He didn't win you a football game last year in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
He sure as hell lost you a football game in Dallas last year.
Yep.
Yeah. Did he try and make a valiant comeback against Arizona last year? Yeah. He didn't win you it.
Nope.
So are we really going to argue whether Jalen Hurts can almost win you football games? If you want to do that, you're a soft bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And Jalen Hurts is my quarterback, Mr. Wing. I know he is.
Bro, Eagles champ keeps talking. He said we sucked and he was leaving, but he's still here.
Leave. So leave.
Yeah, get out.
Why is everybody leave? We
We're
don't
not
need you.
We're not forcing you to stay here. People get hating and critiquing mixed up.
Football is a team sport, not an individual sport, my guy. I know. There's only a couple sports that are individual sports: golf and tennis. So, and everything else is a team sport. But when you're a quarterback in the NFL, and you have plays and you leave them out there on the field, you didn't win us that game. You may not have lost us the game, but you didn't win us the game.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts, win me a football game, please. Especially how big that game could have been yesterday. And you guys can say that it was the penalties all you want. You guys can say that it was freaking another one of those bombs that Jalen throws, but the wide receiver runs out of bounds, which is very unfortunate. I just need him to make the simple plays to Zach Ertz, to Greg Ward.
Yep.
I need him to be able to read the RPO if that's what the running plays are going to be.
Yeah. I agree. It's the same story every week. It's starting to get old now. It's starting to get real old.
And everybody that's saying drop a link, I mean, you have your
Are
opportunity.
you subscribed? Do you have the
your
membership?
opportunity. You're going to make the $9.90 a month back with Money Pop Podcast, Nate and Willie
Such
Vegas.
a good transition.
We got 2 clowns in the chat right now that are saying drop a link. We'll give you a link. Become a member. $9.99 a month. Appearances on shows. Members only streams. Shout outs. Weekly sports picks. You're going to get it back. So we could have a whole show dedicated to us arguing over Jalen Hurts if that's what you really actually want to do. So let's do it.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Who won the Tampa game last night? I think that
It was whoever's defense was better.
Yeah.
It was really whoever's defense was better. It was a defensive game.
Yeah.
They didn't score. No team scored more than 20 points, so it was a defensive game.
And the kickers the kickers won the game. The kickers either won or lost the game. That's what happened last night. Like NFL is week to week, game to game basis. And I'm telling you yesterday, Jalen Hurts didn't lose us the game. Jalen Hurts played a above average game. But if Jalen Hurts plays an elite game, which he easily could have done if he makes 2 easy throws, who's to say we don't beat the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in a shootout, mind you, and they go 1-3, and now you're 2-2, and you have a better record than them. But we want to settle for okay. We want to settle for a guy that's throwing 300 yards but not winning us games. It's fine. It's fine. If that's what we're okay with, then fine. After Jalen Hurts, who's the second best QB in the NFC East? I mean, if we
What?
Are we really saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott? Are we really saying that right now?
Man,
Come on, dude. Right now, it's probably by the way everybody is playing, by wins and losses, and by how similar these quarterbacks play football.
You can't even rank it's bottom line. Dak is number one, and it's not even a debate. I've been an Eagles fan all my life, but I can it's a fact. Like, I'm not even saying opinion now. It's a fact, and if people can't see that, then you must not watch football. I don't know. And the next three quarterbacks after that, you're not picking from much. You're not picking from much. Danny Dimes had a great game yesterday. He had a great game with 2 touchdowns and 400 yards
against the Saints defense.
Yeah,
against the Saints defense that shut down Aaron Rodgers.
Yep, he had a pretty good game. But yet again, he still has the same exact record this year as the Eagles.
If you want to rank them on tiers, Heineke, Hurts, and Jones are all on the same tier.
Yep.
Dak Prescott's a top 10 quarterback.
Yep.
And then Jones, Hurts, and Heineke, they're probably all on the same tier. And Heineke's trending up. Hurts, yeah, trending up. Danny, you're trending up. I want Hurts to be able to run away with that. Because there's no reason why those two should be even in the conversation as Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
From what we were told.
And Daniel Jones has the worst offensive line in the league. Mind you that, too. I know the Eagles' offensive line hasn't been good whatsoever. But that guy's been sacked so many times.
I thought the Eagles' offensive line played great yesterday.
They weren't terrible.
And you had their scout team out there.
Yeah. Yep.
Outdoorsman, I agree with you. The organization lost that game. But the bottom line is Jalen Hurts could have won you that game, right? How is it so hard to understand that? How is it so hard to ask for your quarterback who continues to put up these numbers? Why can't you ask them to put up wins?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing happened with Dak Prescott, and now he's starting to finally win. Yeah. Every single Cowboys fan was saying how great Dak Prescott was because of how many stats he used, how many yards he used to throw, how many touchdowns he used to throw, what his touchdown to interception ratio used to be. Guess what? They were 9-7 year in and year out.
Nope.
If we want to be Cowboys fans, be my fucking guest. I won't be a part of it.
Nope. Never what I thought I'd say. Some of these fans, man, they're bad. They're bad. They're scared to critique their own quarterback. It's getting bad.
Now, Nitro, this is where maybe some of our listeners will maybe hear me out. Hurts missed a wide open throw in the end zone and a wide open Jalen Reagor for both potential touchdowns. And don't forget, Greg Ward. And then Nitro says stinks. After what Jalen did yesterday, you can't say he stinks. Because he didn't stink yesterday.
Uh-huh.
He stunk last week. He sucked last week.
Yep.
But he didn't stink yesterday. He didn't lose you the game yesterday. Yeah. In a way, he maybe kept you in the game.
Yeah.
But he didn't take you over the top at home.
And that's what it is. That's what it's all about. If we want to talk about how good he can come back and how good this and that, you're not getting the point. Coming back and falling short isn't winning a game. It looks good. Stats look good after, but it's not winning you a game at the end of the day. So
moral victory should not be acceptable this year.
No.
And a lot of you guys are thinking that it's a moral fucking victory yesterday because of what Jalen Hurts did.
No. A moral victory is when they make the playoffs with Jalen Hurts. That'll be my moral victory.
And by the way, he had that opportunity last year in a horrible division. And he blew it against the Cowboys. When you put us up early in that game, by the way, too.
Yeah.
And you blew it. You could have saw a Jalen Hurts home playoff game last year, but he blew it. Bird gang, I'm done with you. I'm done. You didn't watch the game yesterday. Offensive line had a great fucking game yesterday. That's what allowed Jalen Hurts to throw over 300 fucking passing yards, dude. So there's nothing. There's no slight that should be towards there only being one starter in the O-line yesterday.
Yep.
Because they gave him all the time in the world. Like, it takes a good-ass play. Like I said, second quarter, 6:03 to go. First time I saw Jalen all year look through all of his reads in the pocket and then check it down to the opposite side of his body. Guess what is needed for that to happen? Good offensive line play. Get a clue, dude. Get a clue. But I don't watch the games, according to Will. I don't watch the games.
No, we honestly just come in here. We actually don't watch the games. We just come in here like guessing what happened during the game and stuff. Yeah, we don't know nothing about football at all.
Andre Dillard was trash. Go sit down, crackhead. Okay.
Bro, ban this guy. Get him out of here. This is just idiotic talk now. I'm not going to disagree and say he was great yesterday. He did. And I think it's just it is a discipline thing too. The offensive line, I think they're the most penalized. Other than the whole team, I think they're the most penalized with all sides. Holding. I know Dillard had like 2 plays where he was like trying to fucking run downfield and catch a pass or something. Because
all I see, Eagle Champ, is an uneducated sentence. So you want to come at me, I'm going to come at you. Learn how to write a fucking sentence, dude. Learn how to write a fucking sentence.
Where the fuck is that guy? Yeah, we need one of those.
All right, let's transition to the defense. Thank you, Pete. Our defense needs linebackers and better safeties to be effective in this scheme.
Yep.
I hear you. But honestly, Pete, I don't even know what the fuck this scheme is. All I see are a 4 rush system where you have 7 guys dropping back in zone, and you have your 4 defensive linemen just going after the quarterback, and it's obviously not working. And then you have your 2 safeties playing over the top, split in half the field, and then you have your zone corners who big play Slay below average play Slay, who fits great into a zone system, who's getting absolutely shit on, and then he has the audacity to come back at us because you let Tyreek Hill have a fucking field day on you, dude. And then you come clap back at us. You're not built for the city. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not.
Nope. I hate when guys do that. They try to. I know you had 8 interceptions in one season, but that season you won like 4 games, so didn't really mean nothing.
Bro, I would love a tomato being thrown at me.
Yeah.
Don's so joyful.
Yeah. Why can't some Eagles fans be like Don, man?
Okay, why can't we all just like get along and realize that it's okay to be critical of our play? Like, I was critical of Carson Wentz last year. Like, it's okay to be critical of players.
Yeah.
Even if they're your favorite players, it's okay to be critical of them. It doesn't mean that they have to go. But at the end of the day, you drafted Jalen Hurts to be a backup quarterback. And if that's what he needs to be in order for this organization to succeed, everybody should be okay with that.
Yep.
Bryce. Outdoorsman, we'll get to the Panthers in a little bit. Let's talk about Fletcher Cox. I think it's a little bit I think there's a little bit more going on just after what this organization has done over the past 2 years, 3 years maybe even, where it's just been dysfunction after dysfunction after dysfunctional week. And I think I think he's just had enough of this organization. I don't think his heart is in the game. It doesn't look like his heart is in the game anymore.
Nope.
And I love Fletcher Cox. But
Yeah.
honestly, when's the last time we've seen him make a big play besides the touchdown last week where the ball fell into his hands? I think it's more of a personal vendetta. I think Cox wants out. Other than the organization guaranteeing him $100 million, I don't think he's liked anything that this organization has done since that Super Bowl win.
Yeah. Yep.
And I wouldn't mind trading him for value at the trade deadline. I said
that last year.
Yeah.
And everyone was calling me crazy, but it's those older players that are not showing you as much passion as before when we were winning all these games that you can't have.
Sorry, Evan. Will, what is happening right now? Do we want to fast forward to the beginning of the show? Because I'll tell you exactly what the fuck I said in the beginning of the show. I said, yes, it would be easy to say that this defense, which allowed over 40-plus points again for the second week in a row, it's easy to blame them. But then what did I say? I said that it starts up top with Howie and freaking Jeffrey Lurie building this roster, thinking that defense was going to be okay. And then I said Jalen Hurts needs to make plays. But I disagreed to the poll saying that it starts with Howie and Jeffrey. So get back to getting a fucking clue, dude.
He needs a rewind or something, but
you need a rewind.
Oh.
Anyway, Fletcher. I don't see Cox feasting like he used to. I think he's being told to take a step back now with Hargrave in. Just wish, I mean, losing Brandon Graham sucks because we literally can't. We rejuvenated Ezekiel Elliott. We rejuvenated Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who finally had a 100-yard rushing game yesterday. Like, this running defense is absolutely atrocious. Yeah, it's the linebackers too. But this defensive line is getting thrown around like freaking ragdolls. And then your linebackers can't make a tackle until the 7th yard. I'm not even going to look at the new comments. Why are you laughing?
Now the ragdolls. They really did.
They are.
They really did look like ragdolls.
They do. Every single week, besides the Atlanta game.
Yep.
They're being thrown around.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd be okay with selling everybody that has value on that defense, including Hargrave, and just get a shit ton of picks and just hopefully
throughout the draft. Hopefully Howie does homework or doesn't.
Blind squirrel finds his nut. Hopefully Howie finds a lot of nuts this year. He probably can't.
No. His last one was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, now he's celibate.
Much nuts then.
Yeah, Singleton sucks, and I apologize for saying that he was going to be a game changer.
Yeah, I thought he was. I thought he was going to be fine. Maybe I'm just a little casual, but I thought he was going to be fine and have a halfway decent year. But he digressed a lot, and it was going to happen at some point because, I mean, maybe it's a scheme thing or what, but he's being put on players that he shouldn't be guarding. Like I saw him on Tyreek Hill, a couple plays like that. No. He should only be on tight ends.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Hargrave is young, so maybe I wouldn't move him, but I would move Slay. You probably can't move Nelson for nothing, but I would move Slay. I would move McLeod if I could. I would move Cox. I would move Barnett. I would move Avante if you could. I would move
no one wants
Davion Taylor if you could. I would make a fucking yard sale outside of Lincoln Financial Field and just say highest bidder.
Yep.
Try and get as much draft picks as possible.
Dude, we would have the craziest dead cap next year. We'd have the craziest dead cap next year.
Yeah. I mean, if you try and negotiate a little bit better, and not have to pay for a quarterback in Indianapolis for this year, but It is what it is. By the way, that quarterback just stuck in the pocket yesterday and inside the red zone, went through 2 to 3 reads, and he threw a touchdown to the left side of the field, which our quarterback still isn't able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. But it's fine. To be completely honest, outdoorsman, I'd rather have Ronald Darby right now. I'd rather have Darby and Mills right now than Slay and Nelson.
Uh-huh.
I'm so serious.
Bro.
Please. Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you, Bryce. And that's what we want to happen. We want Wentz to be solid this year so that he stays in all 17 games so we get that first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are so stubborn about their agenda that they don't care about that. All right, let's do I'm done talking about this week. I'm done. Are we gonna beat the Panthers?
You know what I'm gonna say? It is home, right? It is, or is it away?
Hang on. Regardless, even if it is home, they've choked at home twice this year now. So I don't know if it'd make a difference.
It's away. But I think with them losing Christian McCaffrey, I think it is.
Chuba Hubert's going to have a great game. Chuba Bubba, he's going to have a great game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, slam the over on that one. You don't need to be Nate Moss or Willie Vegas to tell you that. Slam the over on Hubbard. And even if McCaffrey's freaking playing, slam the freaking over on Hubbard's rushing yard total anyway.
Yep, he'll be the workhorse.
They're going to be running all down our throats. Pause.
Yep.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, man, it's really, I feel like it, even with Christian McCaffrey, we still do have a chance just because that dude's been hurt the last 2 years. So I want to see more out of the Eagles this game. I just think it all starts with that defense, and it all starts with the guys up top. I think they just need to just shut up.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Well, we'll really see because our defensive line has been sus. Our safeties, corners, linebackers. I haven't seen really one bright spot of the whole defensive team this year.
Yeah. Sorry, just a couple of comments from our members that I want to get to. And then we'll continue to talk about the Carolina game. But Will and Bobby put up great points. I'll go to Will first. Bill. Trade deadline, I could see Cox, Barnett, Slay, Boston Scott, Miles, Goddard, half the team. No, I'm not extending Miles at all. They haven't paid Dallas. Cox quit. Yeah. I don't think there's any way
they signed Dallas Goddard.
I think they will sign Dallas.
I think if we keep seeing touchdowns from Ertz, they can get something for Ertz. Maybe. I mean, I would keep him if we got rid of Dallas.
Yeah, you got to keep one of them.
Yeah,
you got to choose between one.
You would get a lot more value off Goddard than you would off Ertz.
Yeah. But yeah, you definitely don't extend Miles. The organization doesn't believe him.
No.
He's a very average running back in this league right now. He is. He's an average running back.
Just because he has a dark tint on his visor doesn't mean he's a good running back.
Just because he puts up 75-yard rushes once every 2 games, and then the rest of his yards per carry is 2.2, doesn't mean he's a good running back.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't help when you don't get plays, but we'll see.
Let me just show Hurts' legal team that I'm not a hater. How many more weeks do I have to watch Jalen? I'm not sure I can make it 17 watching this guy. I need Minshew in there. I don't care anymore. Bobby, we got to see if Jalen is the future quarterback for this football team, because
especially when you have 3 first-round picks next year, I think that's more the main reason why we have to watch them all 17 games.
You will be able to draft 3 defensive players next year. in the first round.
Yep.
Like your offense yesterday showed you, your offensive line shows you that you have a talented young offensive line core.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Yeah.
Driscoll looks good. Driscoll looks really good. Herbig, yeah, he's probably going to be your swing guard.
He's going to be the guy who gets all the fumbles off the ground. That's what he's going to be, jumping on the fumbles.
Yeah. Kelsey, you don't know about him anymore, but I mean Dickerson, he could step into that center position. Sayamalu's still young, so when he comes back, he'll still be in there. There's a shit ton of depth on this offensive line.
Yeah.
You have all the skill guys in the world that you need. Gainwell,
All
Devontae.
right, let's just say real quick who are your bright spots for the Eagles offense? And there was none on defense, so we're not going to include that. Who was all of your bright spots on offense?
Well, Devontae Smith is 1, Dallas Goedert 2, Gainwell 3, Jalen Hurts 4. Basically, your whole offense was great until you got to the 15-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought Gainwell had a pretty good game, and I think
Gainwell had a great game.
I think he might be one of those running backs that can get it done for the Eagles in the future. I just think that because he can actually catch a ball and he's a very effective runner, I just think that that's what the Eagles need, really. And that's part of the reason why we don't see Miles out there that much. Because when he gets the ball thrown at him, he doesn't catch it. He can't catch.
Yeah, and everybody defended Miles. That's all I need to see from you to realize what type of Eagles fan you are. You're an Eagles fan that's okay with being below average because that's what we've been since we drafted Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Greg, I'm watching it now too. I thought this was going to be a shootout, but see what happens.
Yep.
Got a couple of parlays out there that could hit. I need Derek Carr to start playing like an MVP again. Ooh. Yeah, that's targeting. Willie Snead just got destroyed. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. How many balls has Miles dropped this year?
Not many because he hasn't been on the field too much. But last year, I mean, to be fair, I was busting Wentz's balls for not being able to throw it right to him, and it was either on the ground or it was 10 feet over his head. But he hasn't caught many.
Yeah. Raiders and Carolina are from. All right, that's a good transition. I'll start with my prediction. Next week, 1:00 game at Carolina. Carolina is going to be bouncing. Sam Darnold's rejuvenated. CMC might play. If not, Hoover's going to play. I don't think it matters. I think either one of them is going to get 100 yards.
Yep.
DJ Moore is going to have a field day. Robbie Anderson's going to have a field day.
Yeah.
At this point, every game is going to have to be a shootout, and that's going to be perfect for Jalen. It's going to be able to see if Jalen can win you a football game. Because in shootouts, it's going to come down to whether your quarterback can win you a football game, and that's.
I do think this will be a shootout.
Well,
I think this will be one of those games.
Let me just say this: who won us the game? Who won us Super Bowl 52? Who won us that game? There's only one right answer.
Carson.
Nick Foles. No, Nick Foles.
I thought you were gonna say
Super
one
Bowl
of those
52.
things.
No, Nick Foles wins you that individual game.
Yeah.
When you play in shootout after shootout after shootout, Jalen should know it because he was at Oklahoma, where there's no defense.
Yep.
Quarterbacks win you shootouts. Let's see if Jalen Hurts can win you a shootout. If he does, that puts a lot of stock in him.
You could disagree or agree. John said it. The defense had that play, the strip sack Graham. He had that, which was a pretty big turning point in the game. But at the end of the day, Foles didn't quite outplay Brady, but he did at the same time because he won the game.
Yep. Yeah. The defense had one play all game. They didn't win you the game.
Yep.
As much as I love that play, I have it pictured. I'm looking at it right now. Brandon Graham stripping Tom Brady.
Yep.
Pause. But I'm looking at it right now.
And Will brings up a good point. The running game was it was going that game.
Yeah.
They implemented the run game and they're able to pass.
Yep. But when your passing game is spot on the way it was yesterday because your coach is crafting a game plan around his quarterback. He said it in the beginning of the year after that first game. He's going to craft plays that fit his player best.
Yep.
So he's crafting a game plan for Jalen Hurts, the college quarterback that got benched for a guy that can't play.
Yep.
By the way, he got benched by one of the best football coaches of all time. I think he knows what he's talking about. Rather than name brand. The hell was that hater? All the haters that have been on tonight. I think he knows this. I think those guys know a thing or two about football.
There's too many to count.
Anyway, so it's going to come down to Jalen. Do they have another offensive show? Maybe. It's hard to tell because Jalen's just been so inconsistent. The offensive play calling has been so inconsistent.
Yep.
So if I'm going to go out on a limb, I don't know. Do we win this game? I don't think we do. I think we're going to lose 34-26 maybe. I think Jalen's going to march us down the field as usual. Maybe he'll fix his red zone woes. If not, 34-26, we're going to kick field goals when we should be scoring touchdowns. That's my prediction. On the offensive side of the ball, I think Devontae has another huge game. I think Goddard continues to flourish because this coaching staff is going to design one-hit plays to these guys.
Do you think Sanders has over 50 yards rushing?
No.
No?
I say take the under on Miles Sanders running.
I don't know
take the over on Gainwell's receiving yards.
That's fair. But yeah, man, I don't know how to feel about this week because the last 3 weeks I haven't seen anything to know that we can beat a team. I mean, I would say Carolina. They're a fringe wild card team. I think they're right outside of the wild card, but
yeah,
it's still those teams that you can't beat. I feel like we'll have a better record against teams that are over 500 than teams that are under 500, and it's stupid to say because that's just a hot take from me. But I just feel like it's that fucked up to where it'll be like that, just because of how weird the team is. I feel like we perform better against the better teams than we do against the worst teams. It's weird. Yeah. Because like the 49ers, we know the 49ers. I know how you felt about the 49ers. They weren't that great, but
they're showing it.
They're showing it. They're not.
And I was laughed at for that too. I was called a hater.
Yeah. And then you go and play against the Chiefs that are a lot better of a team, and then you lose in a shootout against the best quarterback in the last. I'm not gonna say that because people might get offended because they might say Brady's better, but not of all time, but of the last 5 years, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the last 5 years.
Are they talking about Miles? Great pass catcher. Average over 40. I mean, it's easy to. Who are you guys talking about?
They're not talking about Scott. Are they talking about Howard?
I don't know. I think it would be time to dress Jordan Howard maybe a little bit because we can start running the football like we did with Ajayi and Blunt.
Yeah, we need some like bully football. Like we need a
Miles
bigger
isn't
guy
that guy and Gainwell
down.
isn't that guy. Yeah.
No. Howard instead of Scott.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason why Jordan Howard shouldn't be dressed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my offensive breakout. It'll be Devontae. I'm not gonna this defense isn't worth having a defensive breakout because if you say anybody other than Javon Hargrave, I think you're on crack.
Yeah. Not a good drug, man. Not a good drug.
Go ahead. What's your prediction?
I think I'm just gonna keep saying they're gonna win until they actually win. I'm gonna say they win 38-34. I think the defense does have a really, really bad game, but they will in the end come out and stop Darnold from winning the game for the Panthers.
Let's hope.
I'm just gonna keep saying it.
And I never thought I'd say this about my Eagles football team, but it's getting to the point where, and I know it was the poll yesterday for the guys on agree to disagree. Do you guys, I forget what the exact thing was, but it was, should we be rooting for another Eagles win this year? I was never one to actively, not actively root against, but not care if we lost a football game. It's getting to the point where I don't care anymore. Like, I'll watch the games. I want to see what Jalen Hurts does, but it's not going to choke me up anymore if they lose. Like, I wasn't choked up today. I wasn't.
No.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed off that a quarterback couldn't win us a football game. Again, he didn't lose us a football game, but he sure as hell didn't win it for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree. I wasn't even. I thought they were going to get blown out. I think I'll be more entertained and see that Hurts. I know I'm kind of like backtracking what I said, but I think I'd rather see. Peace out, CPA. But I'd rather see Hurts come up just short all season and get good picks, get good enough picks that he can still, and then he shows it next year. After you have those picks, he'll show it next year. I don't know how to describe it, but I
got you.
I'm really just looking forward to the draft now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see if Howie's gonna fuck us over.
It is a transitional year. It's Hurts' first year starting. It's not his first start, but it's his first full year starting, pretty much. And it's the first year of Nick Sirianni he's actually in prison right now, so under Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. But him and his charts, it's getting a little overwhelming already this year, and all the shirts. Yeah. I'm not the one to do all that, to get on all that.
All his highlighters and his pens on his visor. And if he keeps that up with the numbers on his visor, by the way, with all the guys that go out for the season,
dude, he's going to have like 2 visors on.
I don't think he realizes what happens in Philly. Yeah. It's going to be like the freaking Buckeyes helmets where the freaking stickers are all over.
Yeah.
That's what his visor is going to look like by the end of the year if he keeps that up.
God, imagine if he had that last season. If he was a coach it literally would have been filled up.
Yeah. He's going to have to transition to a beanie or something. Or like the full cap so that he can go like across.
Or get him a fucking helmet. Just get him a helmet.
Get him an OSU helmet. I don't think we need that yet. I think we need better personnel. And then we could judge Gannon. Either that or it just completely sucks. Bobby,
I want to ask you. I know we were doing those predictions and we were hoping Eagles were going to win 9-10 games. What do you feel now? To be honest, what are you feeling? Are you seeing more than 5 wins anymore?
Let me just look at the schedule real quick.
Because I know we were talking up a lot.
I was talking 10,
but
I was talking 10, which I was obviously wrong. Which I thought this defense was going to be able to turn off a running faucet. But they can't, and you can't win football games like that. So it's going to be up to your offense. It's going to be up to your young quarterback to see if he can win you football games. Now, I'm not saying he has to win you every game, but so far he's 0 for 2 in games where he had an opportunity to win the football game for you, and he failed.
Yep.
Eagles schedule. All right, so Panthers, I'm going to have that as an L. So that's 1-4. Bucks, L, 1-5. At Raiders, L, 1-6. At Lions.
What are you going to say?
All right, I'll give it a win. 2-6. home against the Chargers. I'll give that a win. 3-6. At Broncos, L 3-7. Home against the Saints, 3-8. At Giants, 4-8. At Jets, 5-8. Football team, 6-8. Giants 6-9. Football team. All right, I'm saying 6 or 7 wins.
7. Yeah, I was. That's the range I got him. I got him around 5 to 7 wins.
It really
I
is
do
going to
think
depend.
there'll be more in the division. The wins will be more within the NFC East division, but I don't know.
I don't know. I think it really depends on the development of Jalen Hurts, obviously, and it's going to.
And we need consistency.
Well, yeah, we also can't throw aside the fact that the past 2 weeks where your defense allows over 40-plus points, you're going against two of the top offenses in the league. Although it was atrocious, and everybody has the blueprint on how to beat us now, you just run it right up the gut. Yeah, and then you go play action,
and you'll get 10-yard gain every time.
Like, yeah, you let San Fran put up. You gave San Fran put up 18 against you, and then Atlanta puts up 6, and then you let up 240 burgers. Will they be able to go back to the Atlanta way? Will they be able to go back to the San Fran way? From what I've seen, I don't know. This Carolina offense is good.
Yeah. Yep. And people in the chat can say, "Oh, we're not Eagles fans," or like, this is how this goes. You need to have years where you're not good to be good. In reference, the Sixers, they were dog shit for 5-6 years. We need the Eagles need a process. I'm not saying a 5 to 6 year process, but they need
a
time to where they can develop. Because nobody wants to come to Philly. Nobody wants to play for us. Deshaun Watson doesn't want to play for us, which is it's okay with me. No one, you're not going to find a lot of people off free agency.
Although if Deshaun Watson was our quarterback, we'd probably be 3-1 right now.
Yeah, but Slay can only get so many burnt toast. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm ready for Slay to go. I'm ready to give him a one-way ticket back to Detroit.
You're paying him top 5 cornerback money to be average play Slay. Jalen Mills Part 2. Basically what that is. I've seen more from Russell Douglas in a 5-game span than I've seen from Slay.
Sidney
Jones. We can keep going.
Cravon LeBlanc.
Could have had Asante Samuel Jr. Could have had him.
I mean, yeah. If we honestly want to go all the way back to the poll for tonight, and we want to throw blame for the loss, it could be directly on Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, because instead of Jalen Hurts yesterday, you could have had Jeremy Chin playing safety.
Yep. Instead
of Jalen Reagor yesterday doing absolutely nothing, you could have Patrick Queen playing middle linebacker.
Yep.
By the way, you've been with us all night. Hit that like and give us a subscribe wherever you're watching. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Wherever you're watching. Whatever you want to watch it on, you name it, we got it. Oh my God, San, I get how passionate of an Eagles fan you are. And I was just like you 3 years ago, 5 years ago, where I was defending everything for our team. But at the end of the day, we got to realize how bad this team is and how much these players don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
I had that realization about a year
ago. They say sports like this is a business, which it is. Are you really going to go out here and tell us that these guys really care about making playoffs? Over the years, we've seen so many players that they just do it for the money. I mean, rightfully so. You can go get the Lambos, go get just like Ben Simmons. Doesn't want to get better. Doesn't want to really win a championship that much. Like, I don't want to make this about Ben, but like that's a representation of how players are nowadays.
There's more athletes like Ben Simmons rather than Bryce Harper.
Yeah. And then you'll have guys that go like and play for the rival teams. They don't give a shit about whether you hate them or love them. So some players do, but other players don't care about their reputation. They're just trying to make money.
Yep. These guys, most of these guys see it as a job rather than a sport.
Yep. They
Like we
don't want to
see,
make they don't want to make no damn playoffs. They want to go on vacation for a few more weeks.
Mr. Wing, I agree with you. Football players are a lot different than basketball players, but they're not astronomically different. Big Play Slay would be happy with his contract in LA. Or Big Play Slay he was happy with all the money he was making in Detroit.
Yeah.
He'd be happy in Cleveland.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a business at the end of the day. I don't know if this is sarcastic or not. We'll win the Super Bowl in 2023. Big tank this year. Start gelling next season, and then boom. And maybe another couple by 2026.
I do not see an Eagles Super Bowl this decade.
The only way
I
that
agree.
happens is if Jalen Hurts turns the corner real quick and we make the playoffs this year.
And we learn how to draft. That's
Yeah.
really what it's going to come down to. There's no point in having rebuild years if your GM is a shit drafter. I think that's just a waste of everyone's time, and then we're never gonna be able to fill a stadium ever again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's no Chargers fans, Bobby. All those people in LA, they're from Brooklyn. They used to be the LA Raiders. They're not Brooklyn. Oakland. Yeah. This was a homecoming game for the Raiders. There's no real Chargers fans except for my guy Lucas. But all right. That's enough Eagles for the night. Do a couple winners, losers. My one winner for the Eagles game is the offensive line, the backup offensive line, the scout team offensive line, the young offensive line. They had a hell of a game. They helped us march up and down the field all day.
Mm-hmm.
And it really helped out Jalen. It helped out the young guys get open. I think the scheme and the game plan by Sirianni was golden. You just need to start converting in that red zone.
Yeah. Oh, another thing I didn't like that you also mentioned, that Miles Sanders dump pass. Whatever the hell that is.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Please delete that from all playbooks.
That was bad.
That will never, ever work. I've seen that the last 2 years, and I've seen it with on other teams. That shit will never work. Please stop that.
And that was the play right after the Greg Ward throw.
Yeah.
And you're running it to the side of the field where you have less room.
Yep.
If you're going to run that play, at least run it to the side of the field where you have more room.
Exactly. Yep.
But that play will never work inside the 5. Ever.
Uh-huh.
It's like he forgets how to coach once you get inside the 5.
I don't care how bad the defense is, that play will never work.
Yeah. Before I give my letter grade on Hurts, I said it all day. It was a B for me. If he makes those 2 plays, it's an A+. Because if he makes those 2 plays, we probably win the game.
We win. Yep. And then he has 4 touchdowns?
Yeah. Like, wouldn't you guys be a lot more happy if he had 4 touchdowns as opposed to 2?
Yeah.
Like,
some people are saying A. Like, if it would have been A+, we're nitpicking. Again, we're nitpicking, which we're allowed to. If he had 4 touchdowns, we'd be going crazy and saying next year was our year or something like that. Like, it's not like that. Like, I gave him a B-. If I was to grade him, I'd give him a B-.
Damn,
an 81, maybe.
I've given him an 85, 86, but I'm the hater. No, I'm just kidding. I hear you.
I feel but if he makes those plays, it gets back up. It gets back up to an A. I'm not going to say A+ because he did have those fumbles, and he had the fumble, and just staring down at that receiver is never going to help.
Nope.
Never.
Nope. Yeah, that's another thing, Bobby. The offense and Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts know that this defense isn't going to stop another opposing offense. So you can't keep exchanging field goals for touchdowns. I said it all freaking show.
No. And all these guys say, all these NFL analysts and all the guys that are talking are say, get the points, get the points, get the points. Okay, you can get the points, but in reality, you're losing You're losing 4 points. You're losing 4 points.
Yeah.
By not having the execution.
Oh my God! Yeah, I thought Eagle Champ left, but he's bringing me back
Oh, he's
stats
bringing
and
back
stats and
copy
stats.
paste.
He's 2-6. Get off of this dude's meat, my guy. I'm not even putting it up. Like, you did all that research for nothing because it's not even going up, my guy. It's not even going up. Watson will be here. We're young. That's 2 years from now. We'll have a ton of money. Most likely Watson will. Did he catch that? Oh, God. That would have been great. I got Henry Ruggs 6 over right now on receptions. We're young. That's 2 years from now. We'll have a ton of money. Most likely Watson will be here. Don't care what he said. We will extend him and restructure with stupid money. We're winning it in 2023. I mean, it's a strong possibility.
It's a long shot, but
it's not a strong possibility. It's a very slight possibility. I misworded that. The defense has a lot of improvement to do. Wow, Matthew. Wow.
He's going to be playing in the Houston jail. Jesus.
Yeah. Take your stats and shove it up your ass, dude.
Shats.
Sharts, shats, shits, stats. Take it all and shove it up your ass, dude. Nobody cares. And nobody wants Nick Foles, Daniel.
No.
I think Watson, pending all the stuff off the field, I think Watson would be a great quarterback for this team. We'd be 3-1.
Yeah. He'd be great, but
possibly 4-0.
Yeah, he'd be great, but I don't know. I mean, we did give Michael Vick a chance.
Yeah, but I think there's a. Never mind.
I don't know. It's all point. He said, she said bullshit. With this, we don't know.
We said this 2 months ago. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
This game's turning into this is going to be a good game towards the end of the game.
It is.
All right. We got your prediction. We got
I said.
I'm sorry.
30...
Winners, losers. I need your winner. And then we'll give our losers.
What's a winner for me?
Yeah.
I think a winner is it could be throughout the league, right?
Yeah. I just went with the Eagles all over.
Okay. I mean, let's do one Eagles and then one globally.
All right.
I'll do for the Eagles. There's none on the defense. I think Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith had a great game. I don't put any of the blame on him because those are really good catches.
Yeah.
Especially that one where it wasn't that great of a throw, and he fully extended and got 2 feet in.
Exactly.
That was really impressive, and he's already showing me flashes of being almost a veteran receiver already. Like he's already shown me that.
Yeah, Nitro Freak, you're not wrong. You
good
are
night,
not wrong. All right, good night, Don. Always love having you.
Yes, sir.
Wait, what was your winner again?
It was Devontae Smith.
Oh yeah, Devontae. All right.
Yeah.
My my national winner, probably. I know somebody mentioned it. If Arizona is going to be a Super Bowl contender, but just the way they beat the brakes off the LA Rams, who, by the way, I still think they'll win the NFC West, but it was a very impressive showing by the Arizona Cardinals. I think Kyler's the real deal. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to the whole touchdown, Wally. I'm gonna give it to the whole Arizona team. They showed up against a team, and it probably should have been a competitive game on paper, but it obviously wasn't.
Yeah, that was a great game. Honestly, I really did. I liked what I saw out of their defense as well as their offense. I think Kyler Murray, Hurts. I'm not gonna say should be, but should be on his level in the next 3 years if he's still on the team. That's who we want Hurts to be, Kyler Murray right now. We need that step up. But yet again, Kyler Murray's a first-round pick. He's a first pick. And Hurts is a second-round pick.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to how you execute, how you get better after losses.
Yeah.
And he's going to learn. I mean, Murray hasn't had too bad of a start. I know that Hurts has definitely way more of a it's a struggle to win for that team. And he has two great wide receivers. Maybe one great wide receiver and then others are rotational, but you have DeAndre Hopkins. Enough said.
Yeah.
Enough said.
And
And
if our guy would have got DeAndre Hopkins last year, never mind.
this may be we might have
we may have had a totally different conversation over the past month, but it is what it is. No crying over nothing. And speaking of Arizona, I'm all for that. Get your bets in early, because usually those bets are the ones that turn out well. Yep. Arizona for sure is going to cover against San Francisco.
Chandler Jones, yep.
Yeah, coming from Twitch. See, you can watch from Twitch.
Yeah,
Double zeros.
Yeah, I knew that, but I've never even used Twitch before. But the more we know, thanks for coming on, Double Zeros.
McKinn. We're not saying Watson's ever going to come here. Somebody just said we're winning the Super Bowl with him in 2 years. I never said it. I said the only possibility we win the Super Bowl is if Hurts turns it around this year and we go on a 13-game win streak and make it to the playoffs. That's the only reason how we're making it to the Super Bowl in 2 years. Ethan, Devontae got pushed. Rager didn't get pushed.
And really, we weren't really ripping him. We're not really ripping anyone because, that shit will happen. But it happened 2 times in the last 2 weeks. We're a little frustrated, but I think Rager is stepping up from last season. I think I'm seeing some good things from him, but not better than Jefferson still. Not even close to Jefferson.
Yeah. Or Patrick Queen.
Exactly.
Especially with how bad our linebackers are.
Yep.
Eric Wilson can take a one-way ticket back to Minnesota.
But he had an interception, Jimmy. He had an interception.
It's all right. We all like to look at those little stats, but nobody likes to look at the wins or losses.
Nope.
I'm only going to give one loser this week, and it's going to be and it's going to continue to be the Eagles front office. It's enough said. I say it every week. I say why. It's the Eagles front office.
Yep.
And Rager stinks. He's always going to be my runner-up to be the freaking loser of the week, because he is not a football player. They even said it after they drafted him. Oh, we love this guy. We love the way he jumps up to get the ball when it's thrown high. We just love that about him. He's such an athlete. He's a great
remember what we were seeing at the beginning of the year with him jumping over players and stuff, like the Patriots.
It's like freaking number 19 being the best blocker in the league. Oh, no.
He's the best practice player in the league.
Yeah, Watkins is better than Rager, and it's not even close. And yeah, unfortunately, that is probably going to be true. But he's not a good football player.
Kerrigan has yet to have a tackle, and he has the most starts without a tackle in the NFL right now. Most snaps.
I'm ready to watch Eagles football that is meaningful. If Hurts can turn it around and we win out for the rest of the year, I would be ecstatic.
Yeah.
Because even then, we still get 3 first-round picks, and all of them will be able to be used on defensive players.
Yep.
So, Hurts, come on. Let's start winning us games, my guy. Let's go.
Yep. Who's I'm going to say 2 losers because you already said the Eagles, and you already know about that. But my number 1 loser this week is the Titans. You lost against the Jets.
Hey, Derrick Henry's giving me points, my guy.
You did it. You lost against the Jets, but hey, you're still the best team in the AFC South. And I'm going to say it because the AFC South is just a smidge better than the AFC East. just a smidge better.
Yeah. I hear you.
And the other loser of this week is they don't really take any wins at all, the city of Houston, but I think the Texans by putting up 0. No, but the Bills are the best team in the NFL right now. I think it's, in my opinion, they are. Their defense is just it's really good, and their offense is really unstoppable at points. Josh Allen is just he's good.
He's everything we thought Carson Wentz could be.
Exactly. Man. Exactly.
Yep. There's
That
a guy
hurts.
that can look past his first read.
It hurts to see, honestly. No pun intended, but it hurts to see.
Yep. All right. Before we leave, I think you and I are going to agree on this for another loser. Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh, jeez.
Just making me just depressed, morbidly depressed.
Yep.
Year in and year out. A waste of an MVP season by your star, Bryce Harper. Matt Klentak destroyed us, and his footprints will probably continue to destroy us for maybe another year or two.
Yep.
Unless John Middleton starts to spend stupid money, like he said, what Tom always says, it's time for stupid money if you want to not waste Bryce Harper's prime. But if you have another year like this and you miss the playoffs and Bryce Harper has another MVP season, he's going to break his no-trade clause and he's going to go someplace else.
Yep.
And this organization will continue to be a dumpster fire, and we probably won't be relevant until you and I have great grandkids. And we will legitimately be the Cubs. Yep. And that next ring that we get, we'll probably be 80 years old.
Yep.
And we'll probably be celebrating like the Cubs did in 2016.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Now, it starts with your draft picks over the last year. You need to continue to draft well, and you need to spend stupid money this offseason.
Farm system. Bryce Harper called out the farm system today.
Yep.
And it's nothing we already didn't know.
See you, Benny.
Yeah, see you, Benny.
We love you.
It's nothing we already didn't know. Their farm system's been just absolutely shit, and it hasn't been anything for the last. I think the best player they really brought up was Rhys Hoskins in the last few years. Pitching wise, nothing. And that's really what it mostly is. Our offense was fine, in my opinion. Our offense was fine this year, but really the pitching, we had no help. And spending stupid money on pitching is what we should be doing. We can get a few guys, maybe a star first baseman, or keep Hoskins or do whatever you gotta do. Yeah. Get a center fielder. But the pitching is what has to be brought up when it comes to making trades or acquiring players. That's what it starts with.
You need, like you said, you need another outfielder, you need a middle infielder, and you need a legit bullpen, and you need 2 more starters. Whether you bring that up from the farm system that you have right now, or you get it all in free agency next year. And you and I will do a show maybe in a couple months discussing what we think the Phillies should do, what we feel the Phillies need to do to make the playoffs next year. Because you need to make the playoffs next year. It's going to be Bryce's 4th season now next year.
4th. Yep.
It's time to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Wow. Already 4.
Mr. Wing, I love the shade you throw. Love the shade you throw. That's why you're my favorite Hurts legal team member. And Eagle Champ, first thing you said all night where I agree with you. I'm actually going to give you a standing up. This is
something that everyone didn't know the last.
Well, yeah, the amount of Howie Roseman hate that there should bring us all together as Eagles fans, whether we want to be critical of Jalen or not. Because at the end of the day, this is the guy that ruined this organization.
Yep. And it's so ironic because that speech at the Super Bowl parade with all that, how that took a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
That was – and another thing I want to bring up, Brandon Graham saying we're going to shock the world. What are we going to shock the world and lose the rest of our games? That ain't going to shock nobody, but damn.
Yeah.
Shock the world.
I hate
How many
that. I hate
stickers
that
can
BG's out.
Sirianni put on his head? That'll shock the world.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
I just said I hate that that happened to BG. I know the
Yeah. Oh,
defense.
yeah.
I know
I I
basically the
think
heart
for
of the defense is
that,
gone.
that was the blow. I think that was the blow to the season.
Yeah.
It really was because he is the captain on that defensive line, and I think if you were to talk to any offensive player that lines up, they fear him the most, more than any other player on that. Because or Fletcher Cox is going to get double teamed every time. You know he's not
Yeah.
going to get his sack.
You
His
don't need
slow.
an umbrella for all the shade you're throwing.
I'm sorry. I'm just giving it where it's due. I'm really giving it where it's due. And I don't know if we talked about it. Do you think Kelsey's coming back next season? I think we did mention it, and you said no, right? Not if we have a
I would.
year, like a
I
bad year.
mean, dude, it honestly depends on if the season was ending right now, then I wouldn't come back if I were him. But if
No.
this team starts to show life and you still have all the three first round picks and Jalen is the guy and you get to spend it all on defense, yeah, maybe you come back for 1 year and you are a contender in the NFC East.
Mm,
And then you never know what happens when you make the playoffs. But
yeah.
if it ends the way it's looking right now, I wouldn't come back. Fuck
No.
that. I'd go to Kansas City for 1 year and play with your brother.
Yeah. That's true. I think he would just retire. I mean, he's always throughout the Philly area. Like my cousin has taken pictures with him, seen him at Wawa's with his kids. Man just wants to be with his kids.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Great show, Evan.
yep.
I
Too.
love all of you. We knew we were going to get this slack tonight because of we're not allowed to be critical apparently, but we appreciate it. We
It
appreciate all
makes
the
it fun.
comments.
To be honest, it makes it fun when we have people like that. I mean, I'd rather have a show like that than have a show where no one's commenting or saying anything. I'll take that 100 times out of 100 times. So
Yeah.
it was a fun show.
Continue to hate. We'll
It was a
continue to
fun
produce.
show. Either
Like,
hate with us or hate us.
and there's legitimately no agenda behind it. We're
No.
just telling you what we all see. We're just I guess what
We're being too mean.
we're
I guess
able
we're
to
being
say
too
it.
mean. We're being too mean. We're being Come on, it's Philly.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be soft. That's not what the city's like. If you want to be like soft like that, go root for the Lakers. Go root for the fucking like Timberwolves. I don't know.
Yep.
Sorry, but
Peace out, Wing. See you next week. Carl Nassib almost
thanks for the dono, Mr. Wing. Thanks for
Yeah, we got you.
coming in again.
Carl
Our guy.
Nassib almost destroyed Justin Herbert. Anyway, good night, fellas. Great show. See you next time.
See you.
And by the way, we were brought to you by Manscaped tonight. Always get use the right tools to get the job done. Get 20% off, free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. And as always, don't forget about our guys from Body Check Wellness, bodycheckwellness.com. They have everything there. Topicals, blends, gummies, you name it, they have it. Use 25% off with use promo code A2D for 25% off. Free shipping, the whole nine. Fellas, have a great night. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.